Welcome to Sri Aro Divine Light YouTube channel. I welcome all the viewers to the Sri Aurobindo on Chinese Aggression series, third part. Sri Aurobindo on Chinese Aggression. Main points: China and Yellow Peril, China and war. These two topics are discussed in the first part of this video series. Chinese aggression and Sri Aurobindo's last testament. American President John F. Kennedy's remarks on Sri Aurobindo's last testament. These 2, 3 and 4 points are discussed in the second part of this video series. In the last part, that is in the third part, we are going to discuss Chinese aggression and its disintegration. China and its disintegration. Sri Surendra Mohan Ghosh was a follower of Sri Aurobindo. He was a freedom fighter who later became a Congress member of the Rajya Sabha. He had the rare privilege to have the darshan of Sri Aurobindo even after Sri Aurobindo had withdrawn into his chamber on 24th November 1926 to give the darshan to his disciples and devotees only 4 times in a year. In 1950, Sri Surendra Mohan Ghosh, as usual, went for Sri Aurobindo's darshan, not knowing that it would be his last meeting, as Sri Surendra Mohan Ghosh turned after offering pranam. Sri Aurobindo asked him, "You have not asked me about China." Sri Surendra Mohan understood that Sri Aurobindo wanted to reveal something. Therefore, he waited in respectful silence. After a pause, Sri Aurobindo said, "China will disintegrate. It will break into 3 parts. China will disintegrate. It will break into 3 parts." Sri Aurobindo said, "China will disintegrate. It will break into 3 parts. Unification of India. Sri K.M. Munshi, ex-governor of Uttar Pradesh, who was one of the students of Sri Aurobindo at the Baroda College. Sri Munshi later became an author and politician. He was a well-known personality in Gujarati literature. He founded Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan, an educational trust, in 1938. In 1959, Sri Munshi separated from the Nehru-dominated Congress Party and started the Akhanda Hindustan movement. In 1950, in an interview with K.M. Munshi, Sri Aurobindo said, "Here is an extract from the writings of Munshi regarding the interview. Then the Mahayogi sprang a surprise on me. When do you expect India to be united?" He asked. I was taken aback. I explained to him how our leaders had agreed to partition. I then said, "So long as the present generation of politicians is concerned, I cannot think of any time when the 2 countries, India and Pakistan, can be united." Sri Aurobindo smiled and answered, "India will be reunited. I see it clearly." Was it an opinion? Was it a clear perception? I shook my head in doubt and asked how India could be reunited. In two short sentences, the godman described what Pakistan stood for and indicated how the two countries could come together. Sri Aurobindo predicted and foresaw the Russo-Chinese rift, the disintegration of China, the unification of Akhanda Bharat, the Great Bharat. Sri Aurobindo said, India will be reunited. I see it clearly. India will be reunited. I see it clearly. A great age of spirituality. Great events in Europe, even when they are outwardly spiritual, have usually an intellectual or social trend and significance. But great events in Asia have, even when they are outwardly intellectual, social, or political, they have a spiritual significance. A great age of spirituality. When Asia once more becomes the theatre of the world's chief events, it is a sure sign that some great spiritual revolution, perhaps a great age of spirituality, is preparing for humanity. Sri Aurobindo's prophecies that came true. Yellow Peril, military and economic invasion of China. The triumph of England and France in the Second World War. Asia would become the theatre of the world's chief events. Chinese invasion on Mongol and Tibet. Chinese invasion on India. The disintegration of Russia. Prophecies of Sri Aurobindo to be fulfilled. A world conflict would arise, dwarfing anything previously experienced. The disintegration of China and Pakistan. The unification of the Great Bharat, Akhanda Bharat. Mother's force. There is one force only, the mother's force, or if you like to put it like that, the mother is Sri Aurobindo's force. His eternal presence. He is there, perfectly conscious, and he directs all the activities of the world. Books and articles that refer Sri Aurobindo's Chinese aggression.